Welcome to the It Factor. We're Jemmy and I exploring a new blog post by Mr. Len Kaplan, CEO of CDML and MSP in Queens, NY, offering network management, VoIP and UCAS cybersecurity compliance IaaS cloud, and Microsoft 365 and Azure. If you're a small business owner or manage IT for a growing organization, this episode is for you. Stay tuned.
This blog post dives into a pressing issue for small businesses like yours, cybersecurity, and a new malware threat called FrigidStealer.
I've always heard Mac users felt pretty safe from malware. Is that not the case anymore?
Not necessarily. While macOS has historically been considered more secure, this blog post highlights how FrigidStealer is specifically designed to target Mac users, and it uses a very sneaky tactic to do so: fake browser updates.
Fake browser updates. How does that work?
Let's say you're browsing the web and suddenly a pop-up appears that looks exactly like a legitimate update notification for Safari or Chrome. It might even use the actual browser's logo and design elements, making it very convincing.
I can see how someone would easily fall for that. So what happens when you click on the fake update button?
That's when the trouble really begins. Clicking that button downloads a malicious DMG file disguised as an update. But instead of updating your browser, this file contains the FrigidStealer malware.
Okay, so the malware is downloaded. What does it do next?
FrigidStealer is designed to steal your sensitive information. Once the malicious file is downloaded, it'll likely request your system password, pretending it needs elevated privileges to install the update.
So if you enter your password thinking it's just for the update, you're actually granting the malware access to everything on your computer.
Exactly. With elevated privileges, FrigidStealer can bypass security measures and start collecting your data. We're talking browser cookies, saved passwords, autofill information, even cryptocurrency wallet data, anything that might be valuable to cybercriminals.
That is scary. I use my computer for everything.
And this isn't an isolated incident. FrigidStealer is part of a much larger trend of Infostealer attacks, which are becoming increasingly sophisticated. In fact, the blog post mentions some alarming statistics from 2024.
What kind of statistics are we talking about?
Over 4.3 million machines were infected with Infostealer malware in 2024 alone, resulting in a staggering 330 million stolen credentials.
Wow, those numbers are huge. It definitely sounds like a wake-up call for Mac users who might have felt complacent about cybersecurity in the past.
It really highlights the point that no one is immune to cyber threats these days.
So with threats like FrigidStealer out there, what can we do to protect ourselves?
This blog post provides several practical steps, especially tailored for small business owners like you. It stresses being wary of unexpected update prompts.
That makes sense. How can you tell if an update prompt is legitimate or not?
Always download updates directly from official sources like the App Store or the browser settings menu. Don't click on pop-up notifications or links in emails, even if they look official.
So even if the pop-up looks exactly like the real deal, it's better to go directly to the source.
Exactly. Another crucial tip is to double-check the URL and source before clicking anything. Look for inconsistencies in design misspellings or just a general feeling that something's off. Those are often red flags that it might be a phishing attempt.
I'm starting to understand how important it is to be extra cautious online. Are there any other steps we can take to protect ourselves?
Keeping your software updated through trusted channels is paramount. Updates often include security patches that fix known vulnerabilities, making it harder for malware like FrigidStealer to exploit them.
So while those update notifications can be annoying, they're actually crucial for our security.
Absolutely. And don't forget about good old-fashioned antivirus and anti-malware software. A robust security solution can detect and block malicious files before they can even be downloaded.
I'm seeing a pattern here. It's all about adding layers of protection, isn't it?
Precisely. And another powerful layer is two-factor authentication, or 2FA. This adds an extra step to the login process, requiring a second form of verification, like a code sent to your phone in addition to your password.
So even if FrigidStealer manages to steal your password, it can't get past that second layer of authentication.
Exactly. It significantly reduces the risk of unauthorized access.
This all sounds great for individual users, but what about protecting my entire business?
There are specific steps you can take to safeguard your business as well. One of the most critical is ensuring you have a solid backup and recovery plan. If your systems are ever compromised, you need a way to restore your data quickly and minimize downtime.
That makes a lot of sense. Data loss can be a nightmare for any business, and a good backup strategy can be a lifesaver.
Absolutely. It's not just about protecting yourself from attacks, but also having a plan B in case something does go wrong.
So backups are crucial. Anything else we should consider when it comes to protecting our business?
Employee training is another important aspect of cybersecurity, especially for small business owners like you. Your employees need to be aware of the risks and how to protect themselves and the company. A single phishing email can compromise an entire network.
That's a good point. I've definitely heard those stories about employees clicking on malicious links and causing major security breaches.
It happens more often than you might think. Training your employees on how to spot phishing emails, how to handle sensitive data, and how to follow security protocols can significantly reduce your risk.
This is all starting to feel a bit overwhelming. It sounds like there's so much to do to protect ourselves and our businesses. Where do we even begin?
The blog post actually mentions CDML, the company behind the post, as a resource. They're an MSP that offers a range of cybersecurity services tailored for small businesses.
So they could help us implement these security measures and take some of the burden off our shoulders.
Exactly. They can assess your current cybersecurity posture, identify any vulnerabilities, and recommend the right solutions for your specific needs. They can also handle things like software updates, patch management, and security monitoring, freeing you up to focus on running your business.
It sounds like having an MSP like CDML on your side could be a real game changer, especially for small business owners who might not have the resources for a dedicated IT security team.
It's all about finding the right support and expertise to navigate this complex landscape. And remember, cybersecurity is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. You need to stay vigilant, keep learning, and adapt your strategies as the threat landscape evolves.
So staying informed is key.
Absolutely. Reading blog posts like this one from CDML is a great start. It's important to be aware of the tactics being used so you can recognize them and protect yourself and your business.
This has been a really insightful deep dive. We've learned about the sneaky tactics of FrigidStealer, the broader trend of Infostealer attacks, and most importantly, some practical steps we can all take to stay protected.
And it seems those steps are especially important for small business owners like you who might be prime targets for cyber criminals.
As we wrap up, I want to leave our listeners with a thought. What one action will you take today to strengthen your cybersecurity posture? Whether it's enabling two-factor authentication, updating your software, talking to an MSP, or simply being more mindful of your online activity, remember that even small steps can make a big difference in protecting yourself and your business. Until next time.